Hi.
Welcome
Mom.
back.
Welcome back to 95. It's Kanali.
And Rama.
Karibuni ni relate on a content. You know, every time we start a show, I have to remember something. Then I'm like, I should have told you this. Oh, there's a podcast by two guys, Fahad and somebody from the UK.
Okay.
I can't remember the other guy. So it's always confusing in their podcast. Like they're always reading like funny content. You've seen them.
I know.
Fahad and someone. Now I can't remember.
Or Ileni shits
Yes.
and giggles.
Yes, or something. So it's been
Yeah.
controversial how you can never tell who is who. One looks like the other name. So actually, if you even Google, I like the way they've done their content in a way that even when you Google, you still be confused. Like who is who?
Who is who?
Who is who?
So who is Velma?
And I was like, I would just try to do that.
Yeah.
But Velma and Kanali are obvious.
Yes.
I guess. So hi everyone.
Welcome back
to the 9 to 5 podcast.
Yeah.
So thank you for staying with us all a while. Aki, tuna sound nika tumechoka, tujachoka by the way.
We are energized.
We are energized.
Full of glory of God.
Yes, that. Full of that and in need of sleep. But we are here. We're here for you. So we wanted today to address an interesting topic raised by moms that's interesting to have a conversation on. Today we're talking about
motherhood and womanhood.
Those two things are different.
Very different. And then you don't realize until you're in it.
Yes, and contrary to the opinion, I've seen there's a lot of conversations of unmothering the woman. Yeah, so that you have a woman separate and a mother separate. We affirm that. Those two things are different.
Yeah.
Being a woman doesn't necessarily mean you are a mother. Being a woman is a woman. Being a mother is a mother. Okay, so like in spaces, in certain spaces, it's kind of confused where there's an expectation because you're a woman. Especially, I find it also in workplaces where you have the mom of the office. You remember us talking about it? Like mom wa office, huyo ndio mwenye anaulizanga tutakula nini, like kuna bash umepanga to, like they're the ones who are always serving, making people comfortable, and then they become mom of the office.
Nothing, because that's not me.
Luckily it's not you, but you see it's also and let me tell you, if you are in an environment that is full of men and you're the only woman, automatically you might find yourself,
whether you're a mom or not,
yes you'll find yourself being the one asked.
You assume the role.
So, let me tell you, Kwanza, I have a story there. Yani, it has just hit me.
Start us off.
Let me start you with a story. So in my other life, as somebody's employee, this story is hilarious. So there's a time we were hosting an event somewhere, and unfortunately it happened that the industry I'm in is in male dominated.
Yeah.
So it was an out of town gig, and we had top management coming in who unfortunately or fortunately mostly are men. So we were doing some setup somewhere. We are hanging out there, and then a call comes through from one of our colleagues. They're like, "Where are you guys?" It was me and another female colleague of mine. They're like, we are setting up this location because we have an event the following day. Then this guy is like, we're waiting for you guys. You come. We can't have dinner without you guys. So us, we're thinking, it's inclusion. What are the cushion? We arrived. Wacha kuserve you guy. Why wacha karibu tupike tungeka vibaya tungepika. So we've arrived. We are dusty. It was like a long day, man. We sit, and then this guy comes with a menu. The waiter comes with the menu. These places kunakuwa na mkorogoni ni nini. Then the guy goes like, so what are people eating? And us were like, we're hungry as well. So my other female colleague and me are looking at each other like, okay, we scan the room. I'm like, shoot,
it's female.
A room full of men. We had not thought about it. And because they had consistently relied on us on being logistically, we are the ones who plan things. One of the guys senior comes to me and is like, so Velma, what are we eating? And as I had a blank stare, like literally could not find the words to say no. Then I scanned the room and I'm like, everybody's eyes were on us. Everybody had that drink on their hand, waiting.
Like, yeah,
so this waiter comes, is like,
I should not finish this drink.
Without food on my table. So this guy goes like, kuna wet fry, kuna kuku chemusha, kuna, and I'm like, why are you telling me that? Then I asked him, I turned and asked one of the senior guys respectfully, what did people want to eat? Like, no, we're waiting for you guys to help us. And I'm like, what? Then this guy continues like, nini, wet fry ni kg, this, nini, and then it's an out of town place. You know those places for nyama?
Yeah.
And in that moment, I had a disconnection of myself in the workplace as a human being who's a resource. And I saw the reliance and expectation of the fact that I am a woman in that space. So I'm expected to decide whether we are having chicken. Unaona hiyo mental load. Nyama itakuja na ugali ama chipo ama and now my colleague looked at me, was like, oh shoot, she's younger than me. So I was like, what am I doing in this environment? Like, do I become disrespectful and throw my boundary? So I just told you, because we are all hungry, I'm gonna place the order. Because it's me.
Because we are all hungry.
I turned, I asked, anyone who would prefer, anybody with allergies? I just asked so that we don't, anybody with allergies? No. Anybody who has any religious affiliation to food, so that we are not making the wrong order. Everybody was like, none. I was like, okay. Those who want chicken, could you just raise your hands? And they were like, wait, why is this chick asking us? I was like, I can't decide for you. So they're like, oh, chicken. I looked and was like, okay, the waiter's like, I know you understand the kitchen much better than me, because he eats the establishment, so they understand the kitchen much better than me. I was like, I know you understand the kitchen much better than me. I see that most people want mbuzi, and I know most people and chicken. So if you could just, from looking at the numbers, recommend for us 1 kg, 2 kgs, whichever, and the accompaniment, because I'm seeing it's men and they've had a long day, we can do ugali, and maybe a little bit of fries for those who might find the ugali too much. And after that I was like, and I'll take my whiskey. Neat. And the guy looked at me, was like, nikamwambia utampatia whiskey? Akaniangalia like, oh, utakunywa whiskey madam? Nikamwambia kwani ni gani iko hapa kwa meza, nipatie ile yenye iko pale. Then I finished, and I was like, that was an awkward expectation. So I looked again to my supervisor at that point and asked him, then you called me here to order food? He said, yeah, women know how to do this better than men. And that's when I realized that in certain spaces, by gender, you are expected to be motherhood of the environment. So I think it's an interesting thing to talk about, the difference and how imagine when it happens, how do you facilitate that?
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, my partner, I'm very happy and very able to do it, and my father, like people who I hold close and dear to my heart, happily, but Buddha
anguka nayo. You know what I found interesting is, in that moment, let me tell you, Kanali, you can find yourself in that moment, and then because of how you're raised and your value systems, and I get this whole being a badass, you are so shocked that you just do it out of pure respect.
Okay, there's that also. Again, it's how I said it, like it depends ni nani. Because you see kuna mtu mwenye like hivyo tu imekujibu.